Well, hey there, neighbor. It's me, Angie. How are y'all this morning? I'm great. I'm sitting in front of my door, waiting for you to drive up, anticipating our visit today. I just love when we gather together and visit. I never know who's going to come in and who's not. That's the exciting thing, which I've invited everyone. Everyone's invited to my home. Like I said before, I'm very inclusive. Very inclusive. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for being my YouTube family, my neighbor, my friend. Yeah, the birds are flying around this morning. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but they're singing up a storm. Singing, singing, singing. They're brightening my day, I can tell you that. The sun's shining. Now, don't get me wrong. It is a little warm here in Mississippi, and the humidity is just, oh. But other than that, it's a beautiful day. Well, as I wait for you to come in and, have our little, chat, conversation, talk, whatever you want to do. I mean, actually, you don't have to say anything. Just come on in. I hope you brought your drink of choice. Now, I have several things that I have. I have water and lemonade, sweet tea, cranberry juice, which you all know I drink a lot of cranberry juice. Now, for a snack, let me see. I have chips. I have little Debbie cakes. Oh, and if you're really hungry, I made meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and fried okra last night. So, we got plenty to eat as we come in and share and talk and just spend time together, which that's what I love to do. But first, let me tell you what happened yesterday. So I was going to go out and take a video of the garden because James just kept going on and on about how it was coming up and we had things that were blooming and all that. I said, oh, I got to get out there, get a video for my YouTube family and my neighbors. So I go out there and I'm talking and I'm filming and everything. The squash has blooms. The tomatoes have tomatoes about that big around. We have cucumbers that are blooming. I mean, it is all just coming up. Banana peppers, everything. I'm talking. James is talking. I'm riding around in my wheelchair. I get back in, go to upload my video. I have 30 seconds of footage. I must have hit the button somewhere and it just was gone. Yes, I was not happy. But I am going to get another video. I promise. I'm not going to let you down on keeping up with the Smith Garden because it looks awesome. And we could use a little more rain because every time it rains, it just shoots up more. But anyway, what in the world would you like to talk about today? Anything you want to talk about at this house, at the Smith house, we can talk about anything. Now, we have to agree to disagree because we don't have any right fighters here. Well, the kind of people that they don't matter what kind of relationship that they compromise, they have to be right. They have to prove that they're right. They have to, even if it makes the other person angry or they end up losing that friendship or whatever, you got to have your right fighters. Now, maybe in my younger years, I was more of a right fighter and wanted to prove that I was right about everything I was talking about. And let's just say maybe I was or thought I was. I think probably I lost a few friends over the years because I wouldn't compromise, which it's really not a compromise because you don't lose your belief in what you're trying to be right about. You just kind of take a back step and say, hey, we're going to agree to disagree because I'm not picking up what you're putting down and you're not picking up what I'm putting down, but we're still friends. I mean, that's not easy to do, especially when you get in a passionate conversation about religion, politics, your children, other loved ones that are important to you. If you're trying to defend a friend, another neighbor, if you're trying to defend them, no conversation is easy when you and the other person do not agree. But here's the thing, agree to disagree. Now, if you really value that person's friendship, you will back down and you will say, hey, we don't see eye to eye on that. And you will want to keep the friendship. Now, there are people that they don't mind cutting that friendship off because they want to be right, which is why I say that they're a right fighter. I've come so far in my life that I don't want to be a right fighter. I want to be a person that gives and gives and listens and throws something out there in the universe that someone sees that they may go on with their life. One little word I say or you say could cause a person to turn their whole life around. Whoa, imagine that. One word that you might say that someone changes and becomes happier, more confident, making better choices. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's some people in the world that you all have probably had in your life that you've just talked your head off and tried to speak to them and get them to understand there's better things out there, and they just let it go in one ear and out the other. Now, I would say to that, let that go, because they're probably never going to listen. Don't stress yourself out about that. Move on. Maybe they'll meet someone else that can help them better than you can. Now, if it happens that you can still let them be in your life, so be it. But if not, send them on their way and wish them well. It's okay for people to pack up and move on. Because, my goodness, if everybody that I've ever met in my life was still in my life, what a responsibility it would to keep up with all the people. We're on a journey. And as we go on this journey, people stay back and they live back in the past. And then people are in our future that we haven't even met yet. But we have to move to be able to find those people that are in the future. I'm excited because had I not moved on and found you all, my goodness, where would my life be? I love each and one of my neighbors that I have on YouTube. We have so much fun and so many good conversations. So just remember, just because you can't see the future doesn't mean that it's isn't bright. Think in your mind, oh, wow, I can't wait to see what happens next. It's going to be good. It's going to be positive. Think on those lines. Don't always be negative. If you've lost someone in your life, which can be horrible, whether it be by death or misunderstandings or people that just chose not to have you in their life anymore, or if you chose for them not to be in your life anymore, don't think that it's the end of the world. Move on. At the next opportunity or the next door that opens up could be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. So on this journey, keep moving. Keep looking forward to what's going to happen next. I mean, I can't dance anymore, but I can move around a little bit on my shoulders and my arms and, but I can't really dance, and I miss that. I'll never be able to dance with my granddaughter or my other grandchildren, but they'll know when they're dancing that I'm so happy. And just know that if you're limited on things that you can do, find the positive in it. Go forward with things that you can do. I mean, there's a lot that I still can do that I strive to do every day. And just remember, neighbor, strive to be the best you can be. I mean, you're beautiful. Just remember that. I mean, whether anyone else sees it or not, look in the mirror and say, you're beautiful. You got this, girl. You got this, man. I can do this. Talk to yourself. Okay, I talk to myself a lot. I'm here with just me on a lot of occasions. Now you're thinking, whoa, that sounded kind of funny. She talks to herself. But you know, unless you hear words come out of your mouth, you can't change anything by keeping stuff inside. Once the words come out, you've just been freed. You've been freed from everything, the bad thoughts, or you put out good vibes. I mean, a lot of people won't talk about bad things, but if they would just speak them out their mouth and just let them go into the universe where all the space is, because there's not very much space inside our body. And just remember, once you let that go, it can be filled with joy and happiness and new friends and new relationships. Who knows what will happen? I've seen my life change, oh my goodness, so much when I would just let go of things that wasn't positive. Now, I'm not telling you it's going to be easy to do, because it wasn't for me. But just remember, we all have each other, neighbors. And if you need to talk to me, share something with me, or just throw something out there, I'll listen. I'm a good listener. I used to not be a good listener because I wanted to do this and give advice. And once someone told me what their problem was, I was trying to fix it. Well, most of the time, people don't want you to fix their problem. They want you to listen. So just remember, listen next time someone has something to say. And when they finish, if they ask you for advice, give it. And if not, just give them a positive pep talk. You know, like if you were in a ball game or someone was in a race, you just give them encouragement. You can do this. You can go on. You can go on to the next pit stop. You know, we're all on a journey. Pick that suitcase up and move on down the road, because you never know what's going to be behind the next door of opportunity or the next door of whatever your life has for you. Don't miss out. Don't sit still. Get up and move. Move for better things. And with that being said, neighbor, be kind to yourself. Love yourself. And be kind to others. Love others. And next time, neighbor, who knows what we'll talk about. But until then, like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so you'll know the next time that you and I are having our neighborhood chat. Oh, and I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, and I'm at 440. I don't have long to go. So, if you could share me out, I would appreciate it. And with that being said, until our next visit, bye now.